61 years ago in 1956, Harry Belafonte recorded a version of the Jamaican folk song Day-O for his third studio album Calypso. It opens with a distant and eager rumbling as if something dark and hulking were approaching from a remote horizon. Belafonte, who was born in Harlem in 1927 but lived with his grandmother in a wooden house on stilts in Aboukir, a mountain village in Jamaica. For a good chunk of his childhood, bellows the title in a clipped island pitch. The instrumentation is pure and creeping. His voice bounces and echoes as it moves closer. It sounds like a call to prayer. The song was written sometime around the turn of the 20th century, though to suggest that Day-O was formally composed in any sort of premeditated way might be overstating things. It's a call and response folk song, likely concocted spontaneously by overnight dock workers cramming bunches of bananas onto ships, hot-footing it away from loose spiders and fantasizing about rum. By 1890, the sugar trade in Jamaica had been toppled by an assortment of wars, acts of God, and political upheavals, and bananas had become the country's primary export. Come, Mr. Tallyman, tally me banana, Belafonte implores. Daylight come and me won't gone home, his chorus chants. It is an infinitely applicable refrain, no matter what your metaphorical banana might be or which cocktail seizes imagination come quitting time. Me wanna go home is perhaps as universal plea for freedom as we have got. While we listen to this song Day-O, our emotions really melt. We really think of those sufferings of those slaves, those black people who have really sacrificed their life, the people who have taken the pain of slavery, and the first time their voice was being raised to the Western population, and they come to know first time their life, their miseries. Day-O is so suffused with joy and pathos, that age-old human mishmash that almost anybody with an actively beating heart sounds awesome singing it. Incredibly, in 1957, this song became one of the famous songs which were recorded by many artists, and it made its place in the US Top 40 with their versions. This ranges from rich and enveloping to unsettlingly polite. One of the writing credits for Belafonte's iteration goes to Irving Berge or Lord Burgess, a Brooklyn-born songwriter of Barbadian descent. So without wasting much time, let us listen to this everlasting and the heart-wrenching song, Day-O.
Day-O, Day-O, daylight come and we won't go home. Day is a day, is a day, is a day-o. Daylight come and we won't go home. Work all night on a drink or rum. Daylight come and we won't go home. Stack banana till the morning come. Daylight come and we won't go home. Come, Mr. Tallyman, tally me banana. Daylight come and we won't go home. Come, Mr. Tallyman, tally me banana. Daylight come and we won't go home. Lift 6 foot, 7 foot, 8 foot bunch. Daylight come and we won't go home. 6 foot, 7 foot, 8 foot bunch. Daylight come and we won't go home. Day is a day-o. Daylight come and we won't go home. Day It's a day, it's a day, it's a day, yo. Daylight come and we won't go home. A beautiful bunch of ripe banana. Daylight come and we won't go home. Hide the deadly black tarantula. Daylight come and we won't go home. Lift 6 foot, 7 foot, 8 foot bunch. Daylight come and we won't go home. 6 foot, 7 foot, 8 foot bunch. Daylight come and we won't go home. Day is a day, oh. Daylight come and we won't go home. Day is a day, is a day, is a day, oh. Daylight come and we won't go home. Come, Mr. Tallyman, tally me banana. Daylight come and we won't go home. Come, Mr. Tallyman, tally me banana. Daylight come and we won't go home. Day-o, day-o. Daylight come and we won't go home. Day is a day, is a day, is a day, yo. Daylight come and we won't go home.